this week on Strong Arm Sports Podcast. Do you know that we won 4 games in a row? Do you know that Jay Ajayi is a force in this league? Do you know Jay Ajayi look better than Todd Gurley? Do you know that?
I'm strong on the topic. Is Ajayi better than Zeke?
Zeke got back-to-back 200-yard rushing games this year.
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime. I guess they wasn't in they right.
All right, what is going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new, exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast. We are the realest podcast in all the land. All the land. If this happens to be your first time that you are watching or listening to the show, I go by the name of K-Spade the Prospect.
And I'm your boy LeParis57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports. Spade!
Yes, sir.
Let me kick it off. We're going to start where I don't want to be. Y'all already know I don't want to be in the NBA. I want to be in the NFL, but today we're going to start in the NBA. If you guys didn't know, the trade deadline is coming up in a couple of months, and it's some notable players that may be on the move. One being DeMarcus Cousins. Now, it's been reports, it's been a rumor out there circulating that NBA execs think the Kings will trade DeMarcus Cousins in the first half of December.
Wow.
Spade, how do you feel about it?
I mean, it's kind of sad, right? You got DeMarcus Cousins, who to me is the best 5 in the game, right?
Yeah.
You got Sacramento, who's a young, struggling team, and they need this person to build around for the future. And you wish it could be Boogie, but everything in the world is pointing to signs that it just can't be. He's clashed with team officials. I think he's clashed with Vlade Divac. He's clashed with coaches. He's clashed with teammates. It's tough. The problem is they pretty much know they're not going to be able to keep this guy happy. They're not going to be able to keep him. So they want to get something for him, but I don't really know where he fits. I just don't know. I don't know the perfect scenario. And his trade value has to be high. So whoever wants to acquire him, they're going to have to give up a lot. And I just don't know what I don't know what the perfect storm is, bro. I really don't.
Well, there's been rumors out there that he may,
let me guess,
the
Boston.
John Wall factor over there in D.C.
Okay.
to Washington. And, of course, Boston want they naming every hat of every free agent and every trade and every draft pick, high draft pick. They want they name in every hat. Boston never gets anybody. They only get Al Horford. They don't get anybody else. But anyway, as far as Boogie, man, I feel like I want Boogie out of there. I don't know where you're going to go. I would love for him to come to Chicago. I say Chicago give him Lopez, Taj, Nico, and a first-round pick, and I say that's a good deal for Boogie. But of course, people are going to kill me in the comment section. So in the comment section down below, leave the team you think Boogie will most fit with, and like what can you guys put your GM hat on and be the GMs in the comment section down below. There's been reports that because of him, John Wall, they play college ball together, that he may go to Washington. I don't know, what do Washington have? Like Gortat, maybe Otto Porter, maybe Bill play half a season. Bill hurt half the year. Yeah, he hurt half the year.
Yeah.
And then he played half of those games. So
yeah, that's tough.
I mean, and he a max player, so I don't know, man. Like, I think it's definitely time for Boogie to get up out of there. I don't know where's the landing spot, but I think the execs got it right. I think they see, the Kings wanting to move Boogie before they just let this superstar, this best big in the game, go for nothing. So they like, what, we got to get something back in return, which kind of don't give them the leverage, you know what I mean? Because if I'm not mistaken, I think Boogie he may have a year or two left on his contract. Somebody going to correct me in the comment section down below. But I think what they thinking, what, we're not going to be able to re-sign this guy again to another long-term deal once his contract is up. I think they know he's out. He's not going to re-sign. So they like, what, we better get something in return. And maybe the Kings are just tired of Boogie and his antics too. Maybe it's just not working and they want to get it out of there. I don't know.
I guess. I'll tell you what. Now, I don't know if this is still the case. Probably not, considering, that we did just pay this guy $98 million. But once upon a time, it was some discussion that some people in Miami wasn't too happy with Hassan Whiteside.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just saying. That was one of the reports.
Y'all just gave Whiteside the max, though.
We did. We also just saw him. I'm a Heat fan. We did see him kind of go half-ass in the Toronto series. I never saw that small of an effort from Hassan. I don't know how he was feeling. But Pat Riley is that guy. He may or may not be connected to the mob. If anybody can make something happen, Pat Riley can make it happen. They are in need of a superstar, and as much as I love Hassan Whiteside, his offensive game is nowhere near what DeMarcus has. So, I don't know.
You want to know what's bad? I just checked FanDuel, and Whiteside is going ham as we speak. Like, right now, as we speak, Whiteside is going ham.
Yeah, they out there beating the Wiz. Y'all already know.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
all right, we can go ahead and move forward.
I'm
I'm just throwing that out there, man. I'm just throwing it. I mean, hell, I don't know. Pat might can swing it where he got both of them. He might slide Boogie to the floor. Hell, I don't know. And Pat, I trust. Let's move on, man. I want to talk about something that was in the news a lot this week. The first time I heard this story, I didn't really know where I stood on the matter. After hearing more about it, I know where I stand, and I guess I'll talk about that later. But first, I got to tell you what the hell I'm talking about, right? LeBron James, he's been in the news a lot this week because of the word posse.
Yep.
Phil Jackson, not once, but twice now that we know of. I ain't even talking about in his circle of friends or to his posse, but that we know of, Phil Jackson has referred to LeBron James' childhood friends who are now like a power business group. He refers to them as LeBron's posse. And LeBron took offense to it. After hearing it the first time, I was like, man, I think Brian might be tripping a little bit. Like, the word posse ain't no racial word. I ain't really see it. But after hearing LeBron explain it more, I definitely got a better understanding of it. But before I go all into that, man, I'm going to throw it to you. You heard LeBron's explanation of why he feel the way he feel. I guess you should probably let the people know. And then tell us how you feel about it.
Well, I was torn because I get both sides. And I didn't think Phil meant the word. Man, when I was young, I seen a movie named Posse. It was a good movie. I mean, it was Mario Van Peebles. They was up in there. They was mobbing. They was good people.
They was killing people and robbing people.
Yeah, it was a good movie, though. But when I think of the word posse, I don't think of a racial slur. I do. And I don't think Phil meant it as a racial slur.
No, I don't either.
I hope he didn't. But, he did numerous times, at least twice, that we know of, like you said, refer to LeBron people as posse. But I understand LeBron's side as well. Like, the people that he's calling LeBron's posse, these dudes ain't no just regular dudes just coming along, hitching they wagon to the ride. These dudes, LeBron seemed like the type of guy, and I think you agree that, he set his friends up. He said, yo, if y'all want to come on this ride with me, y'all got to be an asset to me, to my business, to my brand, instead of just coming along for this free ride. And these dudes are successful guys. And I hope,
and they good at what they do.
Great. I mean, they dealing with multi-million-dollar deals, so they great at what they do. And I hope I'm right. I hope Phil Jackson didn't mean it as no shade. I just think he just talking like, his posse, his boys, his homies, something like that. So I get both ends of the spectrum. I get what LeBron's saying, and I get what Phil's saying. So I get it. I'm torn. I'm torn, Spade. I don't know which side I'm really with on this.
Well, let me tell, in case anybody's not informed where this whole thing even started from, basically Phil was referencing a situation when LeBron James still played for the Miami Heat. Apparently, Miami was in Cleveland to play against the Cavaliers, and after the game, the team was boarded up on their jet, ready to dip set, and LeBron wanted to stay the night because, of course, he's got family there, he's got friends, and he's got this business team. He's got this team of business professionals. That's what I want to call them. Mm-hmm. And you take Eric Spoelstra, who was a super young coach at the time. I don't necessarily mean young in age. I mean young in experience, who didn't really know how to handle, a superstar as big as LeBron and this situation. So he had to call Pat Riley and was like, LeBron wants to stay. What do we do? And Pat Riley was like, look, in the NBA, teams never do overnights on away games. They just never do. When you play an away game, after that game, you pack it up. Like, that's what you do. And you got to tell LeBron he got to go. But in Phil telling the story, he referenced LeBron's friends as his posse. And he said, you can't have this guy that wants to, stay an extra night to hang with his posse. But LeBron was saying that if Phil Jackson was making a reference to Bill Gates and his team of business officials. He wouldn't say Bill Gates and his posse.
Yeah, I get it.
Respectfully, he would call them his business partners. And I think LeBron just wanted that respect for his friends because even though they're childhood friends, like LePere said, they're not just at LeBron's house eating Cheetos and playing video games all night. These dudes, they are, man, tell you what, Google Maverick Carter and see what all this guy got his hands in. He definitely is in his game. So when LeBron said that, I was like, okay, I get it. It's not so much, I don't think he was saying it was a race. I hate that LeBron even said, I feel like the only reason why I keep using the word posse is because we're young African Americans. I hate that he said that because I don't necessarily know that has anything to do with it. I think it's the fact that since LeBron's business partners were his childhood friends, I think Phil don't necessarily respect them to the same level of a business partner who just worked his way up on his own. And that's unfair because even though they took the assist from LeBron James, they still scored the basket. Give them their respect.
Yeah, I agree. But I hope Phil didn't mean it in no racist way because I love Phil.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I hope he didn't. Let's move on. So that's a great segue to the next topic, by the way, because we're going to stick with LeBron. So if you guys didn't know, this past week LeBron was out of game, and I know y'all like, what happened to LeBron? What was it? Was it an ankle? Was it a knee? Was it a back? Was it a wrist? It was none of that. LeBron was out for rest. So Spade, it's this whole thing about NBA players getting day off for rest, and Popovich, who I love, by the way, I love Coach Pop. Coach Pop, arguably one of the best coaches in the NBA.
Oh, definitely.
Is notoriously known for sitting out players, especially when he had Duncan and Ginobili and Tony Parker. These guys was up in age. Pop didn't give a damn. Pop said, you know what, on back-to-back nights, you guys going to play this game. You guys going to rest this game. He even did it a couple of games last year, I think, with LaMarcus Aldridge. Pop, this is what Pop do. Pop do this. He got fined by the NBA. The organization got fined and Pop got fined. Pop don't give a damn. On a national televised game last year, Pop sat them dudes out. Pop don't give a damn about no fine. Pop said, you know what, to keep my players fresh, this is what I'm going to do. And it seemed like a lot of other teams started taking that format. So over this past week right here, LeBron sat out a game and anarchy broke loose because it was on the road, Spade. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about athletes getting games off in the NBA for rest?
I don't have a problem giving players games off for rest. It's a grueling 82-game season. I mean, injuries are awaiting these dudes at every corner, waiting to jump on their ankles and ACLs and all the other good stuff. I get it. However, somebody came up with an idea. I don't even remember whose original idea it was, but I agree. Said that if you're going to rest players, you should rest them for home games. Let's say, okay, it's an 82-game season. I know it's not split right down the middle, but let's suppose it is. You get 41 home games. A home fan, if they go to a game and LeBron isn't playing, I'm not going to assume that every fan got season tickets. That may be the only home game they get to see. But they got a better chance of seeing LeBron James in another game. I get it. Yeah. If you somebody who, you live in Utah, you ain't going to see LeBron much at all. So if LeBron is on the road to play the Utah Jazz and somebody buys a ticket hoping to see not only their local team, but one of the greatest stars, the greatest, most complete player in the league right now, LeBron James, and he's out, he ain't hurt or nothing, he's just out for rest, I would be pissed. I'm not even going to front. And I didn't know if we was going to say it or not, but I completely dropped the ball on this show. We had a guest on this show. It was an amazing show. Everybody was clicking on all cylinders, and then I looked down, and I kind of had forgot to hit record. So we had to scrap that entire show. That person had a very busy time slot and we couldn't get him back in. That's my goof up. But he had a really good story about he was in L.A. for a business trip, and he had a chance to possibly see Kobe. But he was lucky enough that it was announced right before tip-off, early in the game, that Kobe was not going to play because they was resting Kobe. Now, had he bought that ticket earlier, he just would have been stuck like Chuck. But because he just so happened to be in L.A., he was going to cop tickets on the fly right there and go see Kobe, and he couldn't. So these situations right here, man, I definitely feel like the players should have to play on away games. I don't feel like that's too much to ask. I feel like they should have to play.
And let me tell you something. You said that, people will buy the tickets to the Utah Jazz to see the home team and LeBron. That may not be the case. I don't like the Nets. I'm not a Nets fan, but the Nets and the Knicks are close to me.
That's true.
If LeBron come in to play the Nets or the Knicks, I don't like neither one of those teams. But if I see some tickets, and I'm like, this is a good price for LeBron, I may want to go see the Nets and the Knicks play LeBron. Yeah. And then if LeBron sit out, I done paid this money for this ticket, paid this money for these tickets, and LeBron sit out, I would be pissed too, because I don't want to see the damn Nets or the Knicks, both of them trash. And Spade, a lot of different things happen when you go to the game. When you go to a game, you want to experience the whole atmosphere of the game. So if I was to go to New York for a game, Nets or Knicks, I got to pay to get across the bridge. I got to pay for parking. Then you want to go there. You want to buy souvenirs. You want to buy the big foam hand. You want to eat. You want to drink. You want to experience the whole game. So
ching,
all
ching,
that crap.
Ching, ching.
Yeah, man. All that money adds up. And then you do all that to get to the game and be like, LeBron's in street clothes? What is this?
Yeah.
I totally agree. I think that the NBA players should only be allowed. I don't know if the NBA will enforce this, but I think that the NBA players should only be allowed to rest on home games because you have more of an opportunity. And I'm not saying everybody had that opportunity. You may live in Brooklyn or New York and only get to see one game, and that may be your game.
Right.
But you have a better chance of seeing the people that you like 41 times than seeing somebody come on the road, especially like if it's going to the West Coast. If I'm not mistaken, I think he sat out against the Jazz. Was it the Jazz?
It seemed like I think it was the Pacers.
Was it? I don't remember who it was. But if it was LeBron going to the West Coast, I think they only play the West Coast teams like 2 times, man. So you only get 2 times to see that guy. I don't know, man. I understand why they want to rest their players. LeBron has played a zillion minutes. The best player in the league. He does the most for his team. I think we had this conversation about the Cavs last year, Spade, and we said you remove LeBron. Say it again.
They're a lottery team.
You remove LeBron from that team, and they in the lottery. And I think if LeBron want a day off, I know I call my job like, I ain't coming sometimes. I get it. But it's just a catch-22 with the fans being involved and them paying all this money. It's a catch-22. But I understand why they want to do it.
Yeah, it was. I looked it up while you was talking. It was the Pacers, and LeBron and JR both was sat for rest. And I know you can't really compare sports to any other job, but the thing that makes it such a big deal is that NBA does a great job of marketing. So when it's a game on the way, you see commercials. They showing highlights from the players. I guarantee you, when they show Cavaliers highlights, they show Kyrie and they show LeBron James. I hate to say it, even though they got the big 3 over there, Kevin Love don't really make no highlights. It ain't no Kevin Love highlights. They showing LeBron and they showing Kyrie. So that's what they showing you to sell you on buying tickets. You buy tickets and get there and you only get half of that. You're going to see Kyrie resort back to old Kyrie where he's just dribbling out the shot clock and taking bad shots. That ain't what you want to see. That ain't what you want to see. Matter of fact, if I'm mistaken, that team with Kevin Love and Kyrie leading the team, I think they lost to the Pacers. They did. They actually, without LeBron, they couldn't even beat the Pacers, who has been lackluster this year, who has definitely been by far my biggest disappointment of the season.
Okay. Yeah, they looking trash.
They looking bad.
Trash. They looking pretty bad.
All right, man. So we got to give a shout out to our program director. Whoever set this show up today did a hell of a job. We're going to make sure you get a raise. These topics, they segue into the next ones. Great. We just talked about rest and how, although we recognize it is important, especially in the 82-game season that can be grueling on the bodies of these athletes, the correct way to manage it, we don't really know. But in the spirit of talking about injuries, let's move over to the NFL side of things. I know LaParis is going to be happy about this.
That's right.
It was a Thursday night football game, bro.
That's right.
If I know you like I know you, you was watching.
Yep.
I was watching.
Yep.
We seen Luke Kuechly make hundreds of tackles. To me, the best interior backer in the game today, hands down. And it was a very awkward play. Luke Kuechly went to make a tackle.
Yeah.
Kind of took a helmet to the shoulder pad. It may have caught some of his front face mask. It looked like his leg kind of buckled. He went down awkwardly. And next thing you know, Kuechly was out on the ground. The trainers was out. The players were standing around to see if he was okay. His helmet was removed. I don't know if he was hyperventilating or sobbing, but he definitely had tears coming down his cheeks. And Twitter was going crazy. # pray for Kuechly. And I was like, oh, what? I really thought He had tore his shoulder, dislocated his shoulder. At one point, it really looked like they were supporting his shoulder. And I ain't even gonna front. Now, y'all know me. LaParis is the soft one on this team. I'm hardcore. Nothing don't bother me. Nothing don't bother me. But it bothered me to see Luke Kuechly sitting there like a kid with tears in his eyes, sobbing. It really bothered me. And I remember I was talking to LaParis after the game. I said, I've been checking, my updates to see what was the actual injury, like what's wrong with Luke Kuechly. And LaParis calmly says, it's a concussion. And I'm like, yeah, okay, he got a concussion. But I'm saying, what was the injury? He was like, it was no injury, it's a concussion. I said, something wrong, something broke, something dislocated, something missing. This man was crying. Luke Kuechly, a warrior, a gladiator, was sitting there crying. Yeah, and it's just a strange thing, man. For those that don't know, this is Luke Kuechly's second concussion of his career, which although that number isn't high, he missed basically 3 games last season. He suffered a concussion in the first game of the season. Of course, he didn't play the rest of that game, and he missed the next 2. And he's back in the concussion protocol for this one. No timetable yet on how much time he's going to miss. But LaParis, what was going on? What was up?
First of all, concussions are serious. I wrote on Twitter earlier in the week. I said, what kind of concussion Al Horford had? Al Horford played 3 games this whole season so far. It's been about 3 weeks. It's been almost a month into the season. And Al Horford only played 3 games. He just returned tonight. He just returned tonight to the Celtics. So concussions are serious. It's Spade. I played varsity football too. Let me say that. I ain't play no JV. I didn't play no freshman ball. I don't know what y'all call it in other states. I played varsity football from my freshman year to my senior year. Went to college and played football as well. And I told you, Spade, that if I had a kid, I would not push my kid to play football for reasons like this.
Right.
I told you, Spade. I said anybody that play football know, every time you hit a person or get hit, you see that white flash. It's like bang, like you see the flash every single time. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure I had numerous concussions and wasn't treated for them.
Did you cry? Did you sit on the field and cry?
I mean, when you play, and see this, I get why Luke Kuechly feel like that. In football, you are trained, which is just insane. Now that I'm older, it's insane. You're trained to be like, yo, get up. Like, always get up. You be hurt, get up. They tell you, like you. That's why the bull ring and all that stuff was needed back then, because it was to weed out the weak links. Get them.
We gotta talk about the bull ring again.
The bull ring, all that was to weed out the weak links. That's what all that was for. But for Luke Kuechly to look like that, they must have told him, man, it's another concussion. This ain't good, Luke. Like, we got me going. Luke Kuechly probably thinking to himself, like, man, I love this game. And inside my mind inside my skull is just not right. I keep getting these concussions. What is going on with me? I totally understand him, man. I love football, but I will not push my kid to play football for reasons like this. I love Luke Kuechly. Hopefully he's able to be all right and bounce back and have a good career. But if he's not able to play football anymore, or decide to be like, you know what, that's it, then I think, hopefully he's able to just be good, healthy, be healthy. Because it's scary, man. It's scary. It's scary.
This was by far, this is the second time in my fanmanship of the NFL of seeing an injury that just, I never could wrap my mind around. I remember being a kid watching the AFC playoff game, Raiders. I don't know if it was Oakland or LA at the time. I don't remember. I was young. They like to go back and forth.
Yeah.
But seeing Bo Jackson's injury on what looked like a routine tackle of a guy just grabbing his leg and Bo going down awkwardly and not coming back ever, and just being a kid, how did that happen? It wasn't even that hard of a tackle. I mean, I'm older now and I understand. I've heard it be explained. I know Bo was trying to, pull his leg out of the grasp of the guy, and that's kind of what caused the injury. But I'm saying, when you see this hit, this Luke Kuechly hit, it wasn't that bad of a hit.
That's why when the hit happened, I actually thought it was like a knee or an Achilles or something.
Buckled.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm like, damn, a concussion.
Crazy.
Man, people were scared because they was like, man, this is definitely Luke's season. The way he was down there on the ground, just
crying.
Man, it was crazy.
Yeah, man.
It was crazy.
For those that don't know, his teammate Thomas Davis put a picture on Instagram Friday of Luke Kuechly, who looked like a completely different person than the guy we saw on the field with tears in his eyes, and said, Luke wants everybody to know that he's better, and he thanks you for the prayers. You got Luke Kuechly shooting the thumbs up, and I'm still sitting over here like, wait, so he's not injured? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a concussion.
Mind-boggling. Hell, y'all let me know. Viewers, let me know.
He playing a contact sport. NBA players been getting concussions left and right. What the hell is going on in the NBA?
I wish I knew. I wish I knew.
It's like blah 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 is out with a concussion. Like what? What's going on?
Yeah, I wish I knew.
I don't know. Like they are real big onto this head trauma now, and they just sitting people out. Like I said, Al Horford just returned tonight. He only played 3 games. I think we on like game 12 or game 13. He only played 3 of them joints. So I know Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly been a beast since Boston College.
Yep.
He been a beast. He been tackling people forever. You said hundreds of tackles. That dude done put up probably thousands of tackles between it's a lot of hits between high school, college, and pro, man. Absolutely. And to make it to the professional level, the impact that you feeling from those guys is tremendous. So hopefully Luke Kuechly be all right. Let's take it to Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Rams, if you guys didn't know, man, they on some 7-9-ish. They on it. Jeff Fisher has announced earlier this week that Jared Goff will have his first NFL start at quarterback for the Rams, which is crazy. Spain, who they playing?
They playing them Dolphins. You know it. You know who they
playing the fans. I don't know if Todd Gurley going to play. Todd Gurley is GTD, a game time decision. Spain, you know what? You know when you got GTD in your phone book, you know what that means.
I absolutely do. I don't know if they ready for it, but you know I know.
Yeah, when GTD is in your phone book, you know what that means. But when it's close to game time and you see GTD for game time decision, you be like, I don't know. So we don't know if Todd Gurley gonna play or not. They've been stacking the box.
It don't matter
against Todd Gurley all year because of Case Keenum. I don't want to say trash play. He's been okay, I guess. Hasn't he?
He's been streaky. He's been all right.
Yeah, he's been okay, I guess. But I guess they trying to light a fire under that team and trying to get something going. They are starting Jared Goff this year. Spade, how do you feel about it?
I mean, you know how I feel about it. What you want to know?
I mean, how you feel about Jared Goff getting his first start for the Rams?
All right. I thought you were talking about this game because off camera you were throwing shade at my Dolphins and I don't appreciate it. Let me go ahead and let that be known right now.
Let me say it on camera. All I said is I think the Dolphins going to win this game.
Why you keep saying
But the Dolphins better not get dotted up by Jared Goff and let Jared Goff win that game.
You hear?
Y'all better not let him win that game.
See, that's what I deal with off camera. But anyway, let's talk Jared Goff for a minute. When a team make the sacrifices and the moves that the LA Rams made to acquire this guy with the #1 overall pick in the draft, for one, I feel like he should play. He should have played. I feel like he should have started the season off the starter. One or two things. When you trade everything in your big toe for a player, let him play. Now, I know you got this thing about wanting to protect the rookie and all that. Sometimes that ain't necessary. Look at Wentz. Look at Dak. Even though Dak didn't start off rip, it wasn't long before he was out there. Look at what Minnesota did with Bridgewater. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. If you're going to decide, you know what, we are protecting our rookie, we want to bring this guy along slowly, we want him to learn from the sideline, then let that be the game plan. But when you sub 500 and you go, you know what, we don't know if Todd Gurley going to play, we sub 500, we got Ndamukong Suh, Cameron Wake, and Mario Williams in town this week, let's just go ahead and start the rookie. To me, that's throwing in the towel. That's giving up. That's Jeff Fisher saying this season is a wash. Let's go ahead. I'm telling you, it's bad. It's bad all the way around.
Jeff Fisher is a wash. I've been saying fire Jeff Fisher for 2 years now on this show. And for whatever reason, Jeff Fisher must got some nudie shots of somebody. He must got that CIA phone type of stuff. I don't know what Jeff Fisher got on the execs in the NFL to keep getting these jobs. If I'm not mistaken, Spade, Jeff Fisher been coaching for 20-something years, and I think he only had 4 winning seasons?
6.
Something like 6 winning seasons. Come on, man.
Yep.
Jeff Fisher is some 7-9-ish. I keep saying it on this show. I've been on the record saying get Jeff Fisher out of there and get Marvin Lewis out of there. But Marvin Lewis is a little different. Marvin Lewis at least get his team to the playoffs. I got a problem with what Marvin Lewis do about not keeping his team, composed and what they do in the playoffs. But Marvin Lewis is a hell of a coach. I'm just thinking that it's enough, that it's time for a change of voice in Cincy.
You don't think Jeff a hell of a coach?
his
Jeff been to a Super Bowl. Had Marvin ever been to one?
Yeah, that was more.
Just saying. That's what Jeff fans gonna say. That's what Jeff fans is gonna say.
And Eddie George, Jeff Fisher, notoriously known as being some 7-9. I don't remember his record, but somebody put it in the comment section. I'm pretty sure it was like 163 and like 148, something crazy like that.
I think it's like 170 something and 160 something,
which is
like
crazy. That's you. So you 8-8, the majority of your career, which isn't bad, but
it is. When I tell you this fact, we talked about the fact that he only got 6 winning seasons. Well, just for a fun fact, if you include the one that we're in, his last 7 have not been positive. They're either losing seasons or they're 8-8 seasons.
Yeah, come on, man. And for Jeff Fisher to go out there and just be like, hey, let's start the rookie. I think LA is trying to go the format of what the Eagles did with McNabb. I think Doug Peterson was the starting quarterback in front of McNabb before McNabb got in there. And when they drafted Eli with the Giants, if I'm not mistaken, Kurt Warner was the quarterback at that time. Played like half the season, and then they put the rookie guys in. I don't know if that's the move here. I think if they was just going to go this route, they should have just started Goff from the jump.
That's what I say.
I don't know. I don't know about the Rams. I definitely think it's time for Fisher to get the hell out of there. Because
Fisher just got to LA,
going
fam.
Nowhere fast. You look at that defense that the Rams have. That defense is elite, especially the front 7. That defense is elite. That offense is mediocre. And that's tough to say when you got a workhorse, a stable back like you got back there named Todd Gurley. They've been stacking the box against Todd Gurley. Been 10 people in the box. Todd Gurley is having a terrible season, and it's because they don't have any quarterback play, man. The Rams are going nowhere fast, man.
So let me get your predictions on this game.
Say it again.
Let me get your predictions on this game.
I think the Dolphins should win this game, but they
why
better
you keep
not
saying you think? I don't like this choice of words. I think the Dolphins should win this game.
For your sake,
you got, bro. I don't want to hear that.
For your sake, the Dolphins better win this game. Because if not, I'm coming back next week on fire, flaming the Dolphins. First topic on next week's show will be these damn Dolphins if they lose to the Rams.
Do you know that we fixed our issue? Do you know that we won 4 games in a row? Do you know that Jay Ajayi is a force in this league? Do you know Jay Ajayi look better than Todd Gurley? Do you know that? We good, bro.
I know he don't look better than Zeke.
Oh my God. Let's move forward.
That's what I know.
Let me move forward because we ain't finna make this a damn Dallas Cowboy show. Believe that. I made sure that it ain't no Dallas Cowboy topics on this show, and I ain't finna let you make one. You ain't strong on the one in here.
Topic. Is Ajayi better than Zeke?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Put Ajayi behind that offensive line.
Come on, man.
Zeke got back-to-back 200-yard rushing games this year.
I mean, that's because we taking him out in the fourth quarter. We got such a big lead that we just taking him out in the fourth quarter.
Anyway, y'all, let's move forward. Next segment on the show, we're going to talk college football. It was, I keep talking about Thursday night games. Your boy was over here working, right?
Hold up, Spade. Thursday was kind of lit.
It was very lit, actually.
Spade, we've been watching college football on Thursday. It's been some trash games.
But tell the truth.
Thursday, but
you thought this one was going to be trash too, right?
Say it again?
Tell the truth. You expected this one to be trash too, right?
I did.
And we all did. I was even mad. I said, I was watching this game, which is rare because Thursday night, I really ain't watching no college football. Like, I think the previous week it was Duke UNC, and I even tweeted, why is Duke UNC on a Thursday night game? This isn't basketball. They end up having a pretty damn good game too. But I was flipping back and forth. A lot of stuff was on Thursday. I'm over here with the remote while I'm doing some work. And I was watching. I noticed that it was senior day for Houston. The Houston Cougars out here celebrating senior day. And I said, God, that's horrible. They about to get chopped up on senior day. What's the quarterback name? Ward?
Yeah, Greg Ward.
Greg Ward, right? They was talking about him. They was, I said, it's going to get ugly. The game started. Houston defense forced a fumble. That later turned into points. They forced the second fumble. I tweeted. I said, Houston is not afraid of Louisville. Louisville came into this game the number 5 team in the nation. Lamar Jackson came into this game a landslide Heisman winning prediction is. What the hell am I trying to say? Everybody predicted this guy to win the Heisman in a landslide.
Yeah.
He wasn't the best quarterback in this game. Louisville sure as hell wasn't the best team in that game, and at no point in that game did it seem like Louisville was ready for what was on the other side of the line of scrimmage for these guys. Houston looked great in this game. Now, I know that they started this season off with a big win at Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken, but they got 2 losses, one to Navy, and I think one to SMU. LeParis, how big a deal is this win, and is Lamar Jackson still your landslide favorite to win the Heisman?
First of all, Navy's a good team. Navy is a good team. That's first. Navy is a good college football team, Spade. You can make that face all you want. Shout out to the Navy. They are a good, solid
now, don't be
football
trying to
team.
get no Navy points. This ain't about you, Navy. Navy, this is not about
I'm just
the
saying
men and
that
women who serve
I'm gonna tell you about Houston. First of all, I think Lamar Jackson probably still. I don't know my dude Jabril Peppers from Jersey. Shout out to Jabril Peppers, representing East Orange, New Jersey. Shout out to him. He right there. I'm saying he right there. I don't know. Did Michigan? I gotta see if Michigan win today. I don't know if they won or not. But I know Jabril Peppers is right there. But Lamar Jackson probably still should win the Heisman, in my opinion. I know somebody going to say somebody else down there in the comment section. Leave your Heisman winner down there below. But, Spade, let me tell you, Houston been putting up points. You know, when they had Coach Sumlin, Houston ain't scared. These dudes play big competition well. If I'm not mistaken, they are the only team this year to beat 2 top 5 teams in the nation. Houston. They beat Oklahoma, who was number 3 at that time, and they beat Louisville on Thursday, who was number 5, if I'm not mistaken. So they're not scared of big competition. Now, I'm not saying Oklahoma's all this amazing team, but I'm just saying they're not scared to play big competition. And shout out to Houston. I think they sacked Jackson 10 or 11 times. They was getting after the quarterback, and I don't even think Jackson had a bad game. At one point, Spade, they had the Louisville O-line so confused that the offensive lineman got in his stance, and he just rocked and fell backwards because he was trying to get out of his stance before them dudes pinned their ears back and was getting
He didn't pass out?
Nah, he ain't passed out.
I swear I thought he passed out.
Nah, he ain't passed out, man. But they got after the quarterback. Shout out to Houston for putting together a great game plan to stop the most electrifying guy in college football, and they did a hell of a job. They were not scared.
Well, I want to go on record and say I still think Lamar Jackson is the favorite. I was looking while the Paris was talking to see what Peppers did today.
Wait. No Peppers love?
No, because I think where I heard him today, I heard some people saying they was upset that Michigan wasn't playing him on the offensive end.
So you still got Jackson as your favorite?
Landslide.
Okay.
Landslide.
Okay. Like I said, man, shout out to Houston. They put together a great game plan. They was not scared of that dude. Jackson has been making, even the game they lost before this one, like, was it Clemson? It was a great game. I think they lost at Clemson, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. It was a great game. And that dude, if Louisville receiver against Clemson did a Terrence Williams, he didn't get out of bounds. He tried to cut it back in, and that's how they lost the game. So even in that game, Jackson had a great game.
Yeah.
Spade.
Kudos to Houston. And way to put your that got to be a hell of a senior night, bro. Can you imagine that?
Senior? Yeah, man. Had the number 5 team come in your house. You know, usually people put their homecoming. Usually people put the homecoming and senior night on the cupcake game.
Right.
But if they would have put it on SMU and Navy, that wouldn't have worked out for them. So it's good that they put it on that night.
If this is your last home game of the season, all that emotion to be a senior, especially some of these seniors who know they might not get the opportunity to play on Sundays. This is it for them. To go out like that, that's tremendous. Yeah, that's big stuff.
That's a good win. That's a big win.
Hell yeah.
Spade, let's move on.
All right.
So if you guys didn't know, Thursday is Halloween. Thursday is Thanksgiving. I want to thank you guys. I want to say I'm thankful for you guys for showing us mad love, mad support. And Thursday, we got a slew of football games. I'm technically still up 1. I think I'm up 2. Space where it's only 1 game.
You up 1, bro, and I'm tired of revisiting this.
So, Spade, on Thursday night.
What?
Halloween, while you eating turkey.
Halloween?
I said Halloween again?
You did.
Thanksgiving, excuse me. Thursday on Thanksgiving, while you eating your turkey, eating your stuffing, we got Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Indianapolis Colts, babe. Now this is kind of going to stir up the Big Ben versus Andrew Luck talk again. The Steelers been kind of looking like, I said last week, I'm a Cowboy fan, everybody know that. I said last week, man, the Steelers, they've been looking pretty damn bad. I think the Cowboys gonna get dotted up by Pittsburgh. Ain't no way Big Ben, Le'Veon, and AB play that bad again. And the Cowboys went in Pittsburgh and got another damn dub.
Stole one.
Stole one? I think we took it.
Stole one.
I think we went in there and tapped them pockets. That's what I think. I think we went in there like, what y'all got? On my 40, homie. That's what I think. But anyway, like you said, this ain't about no Cowboys, but we did get that dub. Cowboys.
You damn so trying to make it about them.
Shout out to Cowboy Nation. But Spade, Steelers versus Colts. Who you got?
I swear to you, I didn't plan this out, man. I just wanted to wear my Batman shirt, and I was looking for some yellow, and I got this had a gold or orange or whatever. I might be colorblind. I don't know what the hell color this is. But it got a P on the front, and I don't watch baseball, but that must be Pittsburgh, right?
Yep.
That's what I thought. Pirates, right?
I think.
I'm like a baseball professional. I just got both of those, right? Anyway, I'm rocking a pit hat for a reason, man. It's not Big Ben versus. You say it's gonna spark up Big Ben versus Andrew Luck conversation.
Yeah, that was kind of
conversation.
It was kind of split down the middle.
It wasn't no split down no damn middle.
Split.
It was
you look at what Andrew Luck has been doing. He's in the MVP conversation.
Andrew Luck sitting over there. Y'all was the only 4 people riding for Luck. You, your 2 dummy accounts, and Andrew Luck on his account. It was the only 4 people. Everybody else know what's up. And the same reason why you was afraid your Cowboys was going to lose last week is the reason why the Colts are going to get embarrassed on Turkey Day. That's what's going to happen. Big Ben going to come out firing on all cylinders. He's another week healthy, not a complete week. But he's 4 more days healthier because you know that the guy still is basically banged up. Still banged up.
He's always banged up.
That's true. He the pump fake master though. This is not even going to be a close game. It is. Look,
you want to give me a score?
All I know is Big Ben going to be eating turkey drumsticks after the game. That's my word. But I want to go back to something. You said stuffing. Bro, I'm from the South. We don't eat stuffing down here, man. We eat dressing. It's dressing, fam. It ain't no stuffing. You keep that stuffing up there.
Stuffing, dressing, it's the same thing.
It's not the same. It's actually not the same.
It's the same thing.
It's actually not the same.
So, I'm not saying stovetop stuffing. That ain't what I'm saying.
I know
we don't eat stovetop.
I know what you're saying. It's not the same.
Oh my gosh, Spade.
I think stuffing is like cooked in the turkey. That's why they call it that. Dressing is not cooked in the turkey. This is factual stuff.
That stuff I didn't know.
You know what?
Stuffing is the same to me.
Let me strong arm something.
But
in here.
No. Let me pick the game.
No.
Let me pick the game. I didn't pick the game.
Oh, I guess I gotta let you pick the game.
What you mean? You gotta at least let me pick the game.
All right. My bad.
Andrew Luck is about to go Wheels. Pittsburgh defense has been looking trash. Frank Gore would get about 90. Frank Gore don't get 100 yards. He get right at 100 yards. He gonna have about 97, 98 yards rushing, probably a touch. And Andrew Luck gonna have a good game versus the Pittsburgh defense. And for that reason, Andrew Luck will win this game with the Indianapolis Colts. And I will be 2 games up. And even if they do lose, I can afford a loss here because I'm still up again. Now you say you want to strong arm something in here. What you got to strong arm?
I do.
Baby?
I want to be serious for a minute. I want to throw this to you. Give me something that's not what people would expect. Not like, my mom or something. Give me something you're gonna be thankful for this year on Thanksgiving that people don't expect.
I'm thankful that we've been consistent with Strong Arm Sports. I'm thankful for the growth. I'm thankful for the support. I'm thankful for the special guests that came up here, because these dudes are a major deal, and they don't gotta come over here and support us. Right. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful for a lot of that. I'm thankful for our supporters, man. I say that all the time, but I really am. You know what I mean? I look at the podcast, Spade. If you guys didn't know, I looked at the podcast this past week, the numbers, and last week we reached number 79, man. We was in the 80s the week before. Now we was 79. We on to bigger and better things. Hopefully this podcast can be a household name where you guys see our face everywhere, and we can only do that with you guys' support. So I am definitely thankful for these guys, man.
That's what's up. Look, on Thanksgiving, when you guys are after you eat, everybody go sit there. If you're anything like me, you probably eat more than you shouldn't eat all that, but you eat till you just damn near miserable. And you're just sitting there like, and the sports is on and the conversation starts. Yeah. This year, during the conversation, tell somebody about Strong Arm Sports Podcast. Tell them to check us out. The same way when you see a good movie, you go and tell your friends, hey, man, I went and saw so-and-so, it was good. Spread the word if you enjoy the show. I want to do something a little different. Everything that LaParish has said he's thankful for, I'm thankful for it as well. Especially the support that you guys show us, first and foremost. But I'm going to do something different. I'm really thankful for sports in general because I got to be honest, yo. When I was young, it was a lot of stuff I could have got into that would have had me in some trouble. But I was really like a little nerd, man. I'm going to have to bring it on the show one day and show y'all. Even to this day, I got this 3-ring binder that I used to collect football cards in. And
I think everybody got that.
You still got yours?
I still got mine.
I got an Emmitt Smith rookie card. I got a Barry Sanders rookie card. I don't even know if they worth anything. They probably ain't in the best shape because they ain't got them in like the little glass protective case, just a little sleeve. But I was such a nerd as a kid, man. I could tell you what college these guys played for, what their jersey numbers were, when they was in college. And that really kept me out of trouble. It was a lot of trouble I could have got into, but I was too busy trying to watch sports. So sports in a weird way, it saved me from getting in trouble. So I'm thankful for sports.
Okay.
It's been a really good show. Man, I wish you guys could have seen the original show. It was fireworks. It was really, really good. I'm not even going to tell y'all who we had. We're going to get them back at a later date, and we'll address it then. But we're going to close the show out strong with the Heisman of Podcast Awards.
Right.
This right here is by far the most prestigious award in podcast history.
True.
This is true. I have had athletes offer to pay me so that they could get this award. But, you know, I got this code of conduct, this code of ethics, and I carry myself to a level.
Be cutting the check,
No, this is serious, bro. I don't even want you to joke about this. I take this serious, and I don't play. But my PayPal information is in the description. I'm trying to get up in here. But we call it the Strong On Performer of the Week. We give this award to a male or female who raised his or her level of play during the previous week to ensure that their team got the victory. So, Paris, you're on the hot seat, man. Who is your Strong On Performer of the Week and why?
Spade, I'm kind of taking it back a little bit. I know you guys, you know, it's been a lot of NBA. It's been some Thursday night football games. Jordan. But I'm kind of taking it back. I'm going to Pittsburgh. And I ain't talking about Zeke. I ain't talking about Dak. That would be easy. I ain't talking about Dez Bryant, who had a good game. I'm not talking about that. I'm taking it to Pittsburgh, to the Pittsburgh Panthers, the college football team, and the player James Conner. Pittsburgh running back James Conner led the Panthers in a win over Clemson. He had 20 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown. He also had 3 catches, 57 yards, and another touchdown. But that's not all. Clemson was ranked, I think, at that time in the top 3. Maybe I think they was 2 or 3. And James Conner put the Panthers on his back and ran them to a victory. But that's not all, Spade. Last year, James Conner was fighting cancer. Couldn't even play. He fought back. He beat cancer. Came back, had a great season, and he was projected to be one of those high draft picks before he was diagnosed with cancer. And to come back, fight like that, beat cancer, come back, play a sport where he's not being paid. He could have you get cancer, he could have easily been like, well, my football career is over. I don't want to play no more. I'm just going to fight cancer and get my education. Nope, James Conner said, I'm going to get back on that field. I'm going to play ball, and I'm going to be the same player I was before I got cancer. He beat cancer. He beat Clemson. Shout out to James Conner for putting together a great game versus a top-ranked team in Clemson. And for that reason, James Conner, you are my Strong On Performer of the Week. James Conner.
That's pretty good, bro. I usually give you a hard time about your picks. That's a good one. I don't really have I don't have no feel-good story like that. But I expected you to go football with yours. And I'm going to do what you expect me to do. I'm going to the hardwood. I want to go NBA. Let's go out to New York for a minute, man. We saw a game this past week that, to me, represented the handing of the baton, the passing of the torch. Folks, I don't think it's Carmelo's team anymore. I want to talk about Kristaps Porzingis, who is my Strong On Performer of the Week, who had one of the best non-Melo Knick games I think has happened in years. I don't think anybody's had a performance like this other than Melo. I'm talking about, let me move my...
No Chris Childs?
I don't think he had a game like this. 35 points, 7 boards. For some odd reason, I just wrote 3. I don't know if it's 3 assists, if it was 3 blocks. I hope 3 blocks, as tall as he is. But Kristaps, if you saw this game, man, I think this is the year. I think the kid is really going to take off. Now, for one, I admit, I wasn't real high on Kristaps during the draft pick. I get so tired of all of these foreign players being compared to Dirk, and it just drives me crazy. Most of them disappoint. This dude right here, I'm going to go out here and say it. He's got the potential to be better than we've ever seen Dirk, because he's more physical than Dirk. And if you don't believe it, man, Google and look up this alley-oop that he caught. I thought he was going to kill. I don't know who he dunked on, but I thought he was going to kill himself and the guy he dunked on. He looks tremendous. So 35 points, 7 boards, and 3 somethings. Kristaps Porzingis, you are my strong arm performer of the week. I don't know what it was. I just wrote 3.
First and foremost, like I said, Thanksgiving is coming up Thursday, man. We had a special guest. Technical difficulties happen, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have a big production company like ESPN or one of these other networks. So things happen. We're going to try and get our special guests up here again. We want to thank y'all for still rocking with us. We didn't have a live show, so tune in to us on the Full House ENT. If you don't want to see a couple dudes talking in the box, you already know we got audio podcasts everywhere. SoundCloud, UPodOmatic, iTunes. We everywhere. And with y'all support, we're going to continue to climb those iTunes charts, man. Yes, I feel like I feel like I'm an artist, like I'm 2 Chainz. I'm looking at the charts, and we steady climbing. I feel like I'm that dude. But we want to thank y'all for your continued support. Hopefully next week, I don't know if it's going to be a show with Thanksgiving being right there. I don't know. But we're going to try and work it out. I want to thank y'all for your continued support. We'll definitely see you guys next episode. We out. Peace.